Hey guys, it's Stash, and today I have a very exciting unboxing for you. This is the currently, as of this recording, unreleased Diansheng Teraminx. So I'll go ahead and open this first while I explain why I have this puzzle. Diansheng did a Gigaminx contest on Instagram for their Gigaminx release a few months ago, and I got first place, and the prize for the top three was the choice of either the Teraminx or I believe the other option was like the 12 by 12. I chose the Teraminx. Um, we got, yeah, a certificate says I won the Gigaminx contest. So that's pretty cool. And there is the Teraminx. Okay, this is a pretty big box, which I guess makes sense. It's a pretty big puzzle. Okay, got a little pamphlet, I guess. Oh my gosh, they actually made a tutorial. Wow, okay. Little foam separator. And the puzzle is in a bag, which is kind of cool, I guess. And there it is. All right. Very nice. Okay, so before I turn it, let's do a size comparison. So I have here the Diansheng Gigaminx and the Shengshao Teraminx, which is the current best Teraminx, but it's really bad. So it looks like the Diansheng Teraminx is in between the two. So it's smaller than the Shengshao Teraminx for sure, but not by a huge amount. And it is quite a bit bigger than the Gigaminx. Alright, let's do some turns. Okay, so, I mean, it's gonna need some setup, as I expected, but yeah, I mean, there was no question of whether this was gonna be better than the Shengshao Teraminx. It definitely is. Yeah, definitely gonna need some loosening. Oh wow, that is really tight. I'm like trying to pull it apart, and that's as far as it's coming apart. Definitely gonna need some loosening, definitely gonna need some lube. Um, yeah, like that's how loose I have my Gigaminx. And this one is very tight. But yeah, that is the Diansheng Teraminx. Um, so I guess I will set it up, maybe do a solve, and come back with some more thoughts. Alright, so this solve you're seeing here is just the first solve I did on this puzzle right after setting it up. This was a PB by about 5.5 minutes, which kind of makes sense. The hardware is much better, and I'm guessing my Gigaminx improvement carried over quite a bit. So I know the number one thing you guys want to know is when is the puzzle releasing and how much is it going to cost? And unfortunately, at this time, I don't know. I asked Diansheng, and they said they want to get it released sometime in January, but they're not sure, and that I wasn't able to get any information about the price. So sorry about that. I'll update the description when we know more, so you can check there if you're watching this at least a few weeks after it comes out. Um, so the puzzle is awesome. The turning is great. It's very fast and very smooth for what it is. Corner cutting is pretty good. Uh, it's just, yeah, way more enjoyable to solve on than the Sheng Xiao. So I set it up by loosening the screws by 360 degrees and putting in quite a bit of silk. This might not be the best setup. I just kind of threw some lube in there and called it good. Um, the one thing I did run into was that the yellow screw was stripped on my puzzle and I wasn't able to loosen it. So I literally just loosened every side except the yellow one, which is pretty unfortunate. A bit of a quality control issue on Diansheng's part. Hopefully, that's not the case for most of the other puzzles, but yeah, it was pretty unfortunate for me. My setup isn't final. I'll probably continue to tweak it a little bit. It's pretty loose at these settings, so I might tighten it a bit more. But I only got 2 bad lockups in this solve, which I will leave at normal speed. As I'm sure you've noticed by this point, I'm kind of speeding up some of the solve and leaving some of it at full speed. Because you don't want to watch the whole solve, but you also want to see what my turning looks like. So anyway, yeah, there were a couple bad lockups, but with the number of turns I'm doing, only having 2 of them have lockups is actually not too bad. So other than the stripped screw, I think the thing I dislike about this the most is the magnets. I think they're too weak. I think I would appreciate them being a bit stronger. Um, it just doesn't feel like they're just not as noticeable as I think I would like them to be. And then one thing I could have mentioned earlier but didn't was the weight. Um, so it is quite a bit lighter than the Shengshao Teraminx. Again, unfortunately, I don't have the Yushin Teraminx to compare it to, but the weight difference between this and the Shengshao was very noticeable, and that combined with the size made it comfortable for me to hold the puzzle in the air more than the with the Sheng Xiao. I held the puzzle in the air for like most of the solve. You can see I do quite a bit of tabling still, but um, yeah, it was more comfortable to hold. And the fact that the puzzle is stickerless helped a lot with finding pieces. The Yushin is stickerless as well, but it was nice to go from the black Sheng Xiao to the stickerless Diansheng. And yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. Hopefully, it releases soon. And it's just another amazing minx from Diansheng. You'll be seeing a lot of solves on my channel in the upcoming days and weeks as I improve my times. And I'm looking forward to the release of this puzzle and the release of the rest of the Diansheng Big Minxes. As far as I know, they're planning on doing everything from 4 to 9 eventually, so I'm definitely looking forward to those. And thank you once again to Diansheng for sending me this puzzle, and thank you to you guys for watching to the end of the video, and I will see you next time.